decirte tú. Aquí benzer men fred. Du mig fläkt, när stadsra, det kunja, där se kursnja. Kien kan domo si besa, se kondici sle kurja. Besova, tu besova, che dolce siam si ai ponietto nullando. Che dolce nu chiesi ai, dole man si se ai, che dolce nu si ai, si ai, che dolce nu chiesi ai, dole man si se ai, che dolce nu si ai, si ai, cursina lele, dashing cambia lele, cambia tierra sina lele, wake up in the morning, you're not on mine. Got me feeling right, got me feeling live. Wake up in the morning when you're not on mine. Got me feeling right, got me feeling live. Grupo muy mal, 그게 상이 보내지 않아가. 어느 밤 우유야, 그새 건물이 조용히 닫아.
al club con el combo, rápido la vi lejos. Se pintaba los labios y la copa como espejo. Se acercó poco a poco y yo queriendo que me baile. Luego me dijo, vamos que te enseño buenos aires. Y nos fuimos en una, empezamos a la una. Y con la nota rápido nos dieron las tres. noche y nos dormimos a las 10. Ando rezando la Dios para repetirlo otra vez. Y nos fuimos en una, empezamos a la 1. Y con la nota rápido nos dieron las 3. Perramos toda la noche y nos dormimos a las 10. Ando rezando la Dios para repetirlo otra vez. Dime, beba, fecha y hora y te paso a buscar. Yo le llego donde los demás, tú sabes que no le llegan. Frío de botellas de champán de la copa al brindar, pero solo escucho como late mi corazón cuando ve ese cuerpo escaparate. El traje combina con la Mercedes Granate. No hay otro por más que ellos traten. Quédate, que la noche sin ti duele. Tengo en la mente la pose y todo lo gemido. Que ya no quiero nada que no sea contigo. Quédate, que la noche sin ti duele. Tengo en la mente la pose y todo lo que hicimos. Que ya no quiero nada que no sea contigo. Dale guacha, suelta. Vente pa' Canarias sin el equipaje, sin viaje de vuelta. Por la isla te va a dar una vuelta. Bebé, solo avisa. El sábado te teo, el domingo misa. Estoy a ver si me garantiza que te me pegas como quien graba con B-Side. Salir a las amigas del party y ella se quedó mirándonos a los ojos, no al reloj. Y nos fuimos. Tú eras al apartamento en privado, me pedía que le diera un concierto. Le dije que por menos de un beso no canto. Y nos fuimos en una, empezamos a la 1. Y con la nota rápido nos dieron las 3. Perreamos toda la noche y nos dormimos a las 10. Ando rezando la Dios para repetirlo otra vez. Quédate, que la noche sin ti duele. Tengo en la mente la pose y todo lo gemido. Que ya no quiero nada que no sea contigo. Quédate, que la noche sin ti duele. Tengo en la mente la pose y todo lo que hicimos. Que ya no quiero nada que no sea contigo.
1 minute. Right now. All right, we back. Back in business. How we doing? How we doing? Was looking rough this morning, eh? Yeah. I was tired AF this morning. Anybody who was on Inner Circle this morning? Boy, it was looking rough. It was looking rough this morning. Not gonna lie. But we back. The signs were there, guys. The signs were all there. Anybody who's been on Inner Circle with me kind of lived through a lot of those weekend talks, a lot of those weekend calls. Anybody who's been on Inner Circle knows I visioned that, knows I planned that like a month. I booked that trip. Remember, I booked that trip like a month ago, and I said like I'm gonna go on a trip. Crypto's gonna go up. It's gonna be all. I planned it all. I planned all that. Remember, I booked that trip like a little while ago. Some of you guys should remember. I had like a 12K week with gold. Withdrew the profit. Booked the trip live on stream. That was like a month ago. Over a month ago. Some of you guys should remember that. Remember when I had that week with gold? Withdrew. I showed the withdraw, and then I booked the trip live. I booked the trip on stream. Got a good deal of booking it like that time too. It's like, damn, huge deal. Shit was fire. Yeah, a lot of you guys saw me live through those weekend calls. I said I had a big trade on whiff. How many times did I say I had a big trade on whiff, a big trade on Solana? the vision. I created that. Now look at Ethereum. The signs were there. This is an Inner Circle right here. we've been talking about a lot of these signs leading up to some of these price movements we're seeing. It all started with this, even when before Bitcoin even exploded. A lot of the signs were there. A lot of the signs were there. I even said possible signs for ETH before May. I think the last 2 weeks of May, we've been talking about ETH, talking about a lot about crypto. Even when Bitcoin was bleeding out, we've always stayed on, especially in Inner Circle on the weekends. The signs were there for ETH. A lot of different signs were there for Ethereum. Active addresses were surging. Like, these are things I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. And look at Ethereum right now, $2,700. It's giving one of these candles, right? Literally, it's giving basically one of these right now, or basically one of these, right? From a bottom here, after months of dragging out. A lot of days left in the month. I mean, maybe it goes closer to 3,000 by the end of the month and stalls out, has some pullbacks. I wouldn't expect it to just rip, like surge. It would take months of that price action to get, something like this, months of going up. But the signs were there. We talked about a lot of signs coming in to like May, the Ethereum upgrade. Talked about that April. When was that? April 27th. Those weekends, all those weekends, I was talking about this because it was the main. I even bought ETH at 1790. In the 1700s, I was saying like to you guys, that's the next thing I'm focused on is ETH. I was already in Solana and WIF. ETH's running. Got big positions on ETH. That's gonna be the next big thing. But picked up a good amount of ETH at those lower prices too. The signs were there basically. We're gonna go over gold soon. A lot of signs were there. That's why I like to stay kind of on top of things daily. Twitter, do research, YouTube videos. Keep on it consistently. Because the market there can be price action. I always say to you guys, there's price action, but then there's always layers underneath that type of price action that you can look at. Ethereum was undervalued, but there's a lot of signals we were looking at inside of that, going underneath that, looking at the fact that it's undervalued. Still the second largest crypto in the world. No matter how the price has made people feel, this is, some of you guys should be familiar with this type of conversation. Because everything I've been saying, now we're seeing, might make sense now. Should have made sense though when I was talking about it for all the past couple months. I was saying it's still the second largest crypto in the world, right? It's maintained that. So that undervalue, when price can always leave a bad taste in your mouth, especially if it's going down for 5 months. And your Ethereum to BTC, maybe you don't have as much Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been showing true staying power versus Ethereum. We got Ethereum up almost 50% in 7 days. So when accumulation happens, it can happen in stages where the market is just going down, but there's accumulation building up. It's in there. Ethereum is also a utility, like you stake Ethereum, right? A lot of people love whales staking Ethereum at lower prices, receiving more rewards. For holding Ethereum for a longer time, if you're staking it, you're receiving more rewards, right? So whales, makes sense in that case for whales, right? Picking up it at lower prices, right? I've been getting in, this last year, I've been getting into leverage trading. I'll show you guys an Inner Circle on a call. Not today. Maybe on the weekend. We'll go over that on the weekend. An Inner Circle. And Leo's coming here, so I'm going to make some videos on that Bybit stuff too. I've been getting into that in the last year, and bam, it just paid out. There we go. Got my trade. Solana's still running. We still have Solana open. We want to hold that till $200. Probably take profit, close the trade at 200. Still holding Solana spot. But that leverage stuff, it's trading, right? It's like leverage trading. You're owning a position in X amount of the coins. And, you know, 10x leverage. If I'll explain it in some videos for you guys. And this weekend we'll do a call on Inner Circle about it. Solana's going up. Ethereum's going up. That's good. Well, signs were there, guys, overall. When price accumulates, we've talked about this. It can be staying bearish. It can be staying down. But you got to kind of be able to look past that sometimes. If you believe in something, especially if you believe in something. I mean, I like that type of market sentiment when I can look around and I can hear people talking about something in a bad way that still has value, still use case, still number 2 in the world. It's still always stayed that. So those are some of the things we've said in the last month. It's great to see how it's playing out now. Let me check the chat. It's on one of the lives. You can go back and find that live. Some of you guys are there. Manifested that. It was a big trade. Whiff, if I was still in that whiff trade, be different. It looks like Bitcoin's following that global M2 money supply. A lot of countries been cutting rates, except for the US. It said maybe closer to the summer or maybe end of the summer, like August, probably more likely around there, that rates will get cut. And that's when there's just going to be even more global liquidity that comes into the market. We're seeing a surge in global M2 money supply. I mean, this shouldn't be new to a lot of you guys, but maybe what's being more forecast is probably till like August, going to that last quarter of the year where the rates get cut for US. We'll see how it goes. I'm in for it. But yeah, signs were there, guys. Even this is a really good chart. Go on Inner Circle. I mean, I post a lot of information. Make sure you have your notifications on. I always try to tag everyone. I'll always be posting just little things that we talk about on our streams. Things that I'll watch that I think are important to watch and highlight. Videos and stuff, whether they're interviews, educational videos. We were talking about even the Ethereum upgrade days before it. That went live, and it seems like that's had a really positive impact to Ethereum, as we can all see. If you want to do more research on that and see what that's about, there's 11 Ethereum improvement proposals that were set on this upgrade. So there's a lot that goes into it, because as you kind of have, even like you look at price with Ethereum, and then you also have people that complain about like gas fees. Like there's also there's competition with Solana and this and that, right? So there's sentiment there that, again, can sometimes shock people. The thing that usually like tends to underperform might be the thing that, I'm quoting myself, outperforms. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this weekend we'll, Saturday and Sunday, we'll do calls about crypto and go over Bitcoin more in depth and like plans for the year. We'll be live 9:30 a.m., 9:30 p.m. Right now, I'm just live on YouTube. I'm just live public right now, but we're just going to go back to this, 9:30 a.m., 9:30 p.m. Any other time I just pop on, I'll let you guys know. This weekend, I'll go over some crypto stuff, Bybit, show you guys an account. I'm going to make some videos next week as well for the Inner Circle. Oh, Ethereum's above 2,700 now. Cool. Let me check the chat. Yeah, so I just got home this morning. I was on a little trip, little vacation in Mexico. So I wasn't looking at gold at all. I was obviously looking at crypto explode. I was eyeballing WIF and Solana every like couple of hours or so, maybe like every 4 hours. Solana at 185. Yeah, I'm not gonna go over crypto analysis. I'll save that for like the weekend or another call. This weekend, closer to this weekend. I would keep an eye this year on H-bar. H-bar. I'll keep an eye on H-bar. Maybe do that. Maybe that I'll give you that for this call. Keep an eye on that. I don't want to go all into crypto on this. I want to look at, we'll check out gold in a bit. If you guys have any questions, type them in the chat. If you're in my inner circle Discord, like if you go, where is it? Crypto news. Anything I post in here is like stuff that I'm like talking about on a call, like little things. But most of the time it's Saturdays and Sunday calls where I talk a lot about crypto and just news, what's happening with adoption. Or even in here, I'll just throw stuff. I mean, members usually do. More corporations. This is a company in the NASDAQ, I think. Yeah, it's a NASDAQ listed company. They're going to sell 300 million in shares to acquire Bitcoin and Trump meme coins, supposedly. That's some cool stuff. For H-bar, I'll keep an eye on that this year. H-bar, Hedera graph. Saturday I'll do a call about it. There's too much to go over about it. SpaceX, Nvidia, Google, IBM, like Dell, even a lot of companies involved with Hedera. A lot of big companies, Google. There's a lot of stuff to go over it. So Saturday or Sunday, I'll go over it. We've gone over it on other calls, but that's an alternative coin. I'll keep an eye on this year, going into the end of the year towards 2026. Hedera is a good. It's 21 cents right now. I mean, you can even analyze it like technically, and it's pumped up, made that high, retraced. So like. It's like a reaccumulation. Saturday, we'll go over that. It's a good coin. I know I've done calls about it. Look into that. I'm holding a good amount of it. That's why I say that. Like a really good amount. I think it's like what, number 5 for me. It's a pretty big coin in my bag. Keep an eye on that one this year. Gold. Just gotta get back into the mix on gold. Gonna take me like 24 to 48 hours. Gotta get back in the gym. I'm going to the gym after this. Run a bit. I don't know. You got this sketchy trend line building up now, so there's like that liquidity there. I think it could come down. That trend line, could come. There could be a sweep down to like 3,200 or lower from the way it's holding that trend line. If you look left, it does look similar. It's doing exactly what it pretty much did to the left over here. See what price did to the left, how it broke up, retraced, broke up, and then there was this break above 3271, 3270. Like, you could see how price is bullish above here. bearish underneath. Underneath, we can see how price was here to the left. It's making similar price action to here when I look at it actually. So we had this breakup. Like this would have been a good buy actually this morning. Can't believe I didn't really spot that. But it was a good buy this morning. Like you can see this you'd want to go up and take out this if you're bullish. If you're looking at this as a structure, like what it did to the left. It would need to hold this low, this current low, if it's going to give that play. 32.25, 32.30. Like if you're looking for a bullish move, it would need to hold this, maybe take out the high, make one more move up. To the left over here, you can see how price was in a downtrend and it was making these highs, but then it shifted out and it started to shift and it went in a nice uptrend. There were some nice shifts here in price and then a big retracement down, like this move up, big retracement down. The market's kind of shifted out here, so you can see this low, this high. There was a break there. So if you look at that green candlestick, you can consider that a high. And then there's a low, and the market shifts out. So we call this like a market structure shift. After that, the pullbacks usually stick, usually maintain. Looking at this, you would have wanted this to push up, maybe make a new high, but it failed. It failed to do that. So this area could be the last. Like if it comes down more, it looks like it could come down more. Probably break that trend line. Made a high here, broke up. This is the last high, so there's been some continuations. Like when you're looking at structure, there was some nice movement here to be able to maybe keep an eye on and play if you're able to recognize the right things at that time. Break a structure up, pull back, continuation. The buys have been sticking. Every pullback's been giving a buy, so I think this could come down to like 32.25, 32.30 area. Firstly, maybe you get your bounce up back to the high, or even take out that high, go to that 32.71. Above 32.71 could be bullish if price, if you look at the last time price went to 32.71, it came from a down move and then it went up and then there was this pullback and it broke through. I mean, depending on how price, if it gets there, how it trades there, there could be movement above it, continuation above that level. Depending on how price works its way to there if it were to get there. But it looks like this will come down a bit, potentially, more. Maybe down to like that 32.25 area. Looks like it's gonna come down some more. There's that trend line too. That trend line looks kind of sketchy. The market didn't hit 3,200. Let's go to the daily. That trend line does look a little sketchy. Yeah, it could come like lower. Yeah, to yesterday's low even. I mean, other bounce areas you would have on gold would be like here. Or way lower down here. On the daily. It's pretty far away. That high, and then right here. This high. The daily right now, that's 3,200. This thing's been staying above 3,200 for a bit. It's like slingshot off of there a couple times. 3,200. You can see since April, it's been above 3,200. Well, April 11th, yeah, since we broke above 3,200 right here. It took a huge move off of that. That's when it made that all-time high. Yeah, right now, on the bigger picture, like if we're looking at this on the higher time frames, like 3200 or above that. It's like we almost tested it a couple times here. Probably tapped it. What's going on here? On the daily, yesterday's candle bullish, like a rejection candlestick. Oh, there's Hedera again. Let's just keep going back to that. H bar. I'm just saying it now because like 4 or 6 months from now, I don't. I'm gonna. Some of you guys might remember this. It'll be like H bar. Might be an ETH situation. Later though. Yeah, yesterday's candle bullish on the daily. Yeah, yesterday bullish rejection on the daily. That's looking like maybe move up on the daily, like a swing up. If the daily holds, today might flip bullish. Now I look at it on the daily here. That's a yeah, we got like a daily rejection here. Yesterday, and that it didn't come to 3200. Almost did. Pretty much tap 3200s, lower 3200s. Yeah. Like a daily stop loss would be like, depending on where you're entering, below the lows, right? And that would be much bigger. But that gives you a lot of breathing room. Like it probably wouldn't hit your stop loss. Like you wouldn't hold it. You wouldn't have to hold a trade like that until it hits the stop loss. It'd be like the maximum, like giving yourself some breathing room, even if you're looking for different entries. But that'd be on like a daily. But we could look at 1 hour. There might be multiple setups. Yeah, like I see here, we broke up, break here. I would have thought this would have tried to fling up. Daily looks interesting with yesterday's candlestick close. It's like rejection candlestick possibly. If you yeah, like that'd be the one thing with gold is taking out the low. Like if it were to sweep the low, right? It could sweep yesterday's low and still flip this area bullish. Like this daily could come down more and then flip up if it's going to continue, you know, yesterday's movement. Yeah. Some rejection, yeah. I mean 3200 or above that. Daily looks possibly bullish. Yeah, that trend line though looks kind of sketchy. I haven't traded gold yet this week, but it's Tuesday. I'm gonna keep it patient. Gonna give myself some time on the charts. Tune them back in. Yeah, it's been holding underneath this area right here. Friday dumped into Monday here. Interesting. That's where that week ended. Interesting. Yeah, I like what someone said in the chat. Click them back, take out the lows. It's one thing I was thinking with yesterday's candle. Or to wick down. It's a good area to keep an eye on if you're looking for like a swing on the daily. Like if this could potentially be trying to move out. $3,200 we've been above that since what, April, like a month now. Yeah, it's been sitting above 3,200 for a month. That's where last week ended here. I was looking at the days. This Friday. It's a Friday end of market. Interesting opening closing times. Yeah, I would let it come down though. I'm not in any trades. I gotta load up the account. I still think it, like I said when I got on, it could probably come down to 32.25 from the looks of it. There could be a day, like could be a daily swing if the daily continues bullish. So at times, like, so we have to go back to like some examples on the chart where price is dropping or maybe on like a little bit of a decline to show you what I'm talking about. Like here, you have daily candles coming down. And you have a bullish close on the daily. Following day goes up. That's an engulfing pattern though. And let's try to find something similar here where we get like a smaller bullish close. Smaller bullish close candlesticks. I like to call them rejection candlesticks. I mean, ideally you can get a rejection candlestick on any time frame. I think it takes getting like a significant move. The way like my eyes view it, and I've always kind of like perceived it, is like it takes the market doing like a significant move for maybe a certain amount of candles, whatever time frame it is. It could be the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, but there's some sustainable candlesticks flowing in one direction that I can clearly see that a move can turn away from, right? Maybe the market's going down for 3 days, or maybe it's going, maybe these are 4 hour candles, right? And we get that rejection candlestick that comes in at a point in time. That's how I like to perceive it, as like, okay, the next day, the following day could go up. Now, the more you view the chart like this, and I've viewed the charts on different time frames like this for a long time, whether it's a daily chart or a 5-minute chart for scalping. So I've been trading for 11 years now. So this concept, we can look at it really on any time frame, whether it's a 5-minute chart or a 1 hour chart or a daily chart. Just kind of understanding the concept of like a rejection candlestick. Sometimes they can look smaller. You can have small bullish candlesticks that form like this one right here, right? You could have bigger bearish ones. How my eyes like to perceive it is something that comes from a move, something that could go up for a certain amount of time, and the market's rejecting in that. The market's giving you rejection. That's one day goes down, the following day continues, and even more of a trend continues after that. Smaller candlesticks, right? Like this guy here, that's called an inverted hammer. So like if you were to flip that upside down, it would be a hammer. So that's an inverted hammer right there. So like a candlestick like that is how I like perceive like a rejection candlestick. You guys will hear me say that term a lot, rejection candlesticks. All right. There we go. Realistically, YouTube, I'll pop on YouTube a couple times a week, but mainly Inner Circle for all of May. This is the first YouTube stream I've done in like a bit. So how I like to perceive, like we're gonna be live every day, twice a day, for the rest of the month. Same thing for June. So when you're looking at any time frame, like well, gold here, the market's gonna make lows. It's gonna make swing highs to swing lows, low points, high points, low points, high points, peaks and bends. Points where it will make a peak, and then points where that will bend. So that could start with a rejection. If you look here, you have a daily candle. That's a place where a market creates a peak, or sorry, a bend, right? And it goes up. It comes up to here and we create a small peak. It turns into a bend. See here? It goes up. You have one red candle. Typically here, what I would presume is that the next day could go down. Like if I was looking at the market here, not gonna lie, I would probably be looking at this as a bearish rejection. Maybe the next day could go down. The next day didn't go down, but the following day did. So when you're looking at structure, you go, there's a low to a high, right? Now, if I'm looking at the candlesticks, I could start with a candle, a swing high to a swing low, a movement up, like a solidified move. If I'm looking at this as point A to point B, or just let's say 1 to 2, there's a pullback. That pullback on the candle shows rejection. The following day does not go down and continue that, and that's normal. But after this small bullish candle, the next day goes up and eventually creates this peak. Now, if we're looking at this peak on the candlesticks, right, what does this red candle do? It rejects. So that peak, evidently it turns into that candle. That peak is created after this red candle. You wouldn't have seen that peak on the green candle. It would have taken the red candle to happen and form. After the red candle, market goes down, right? So we go from a peak to a low, but that low is established after this red candle. You get a rejection candle here on the daily, right? And then you go up and you create another peak. That peak stops after this red candle. Now, if you study like this is a way you could study the chart. It's understanding the market, how it's fractal, right? You could literally just run through the chart and kind of go through and do what I'm doing to get an understanding of, okay, the market rejected here, next day goes up, but then this day rejected. You could find directional biases at time by following the rejections, especially if you're on it, if you're on the charts like me. You could just look at the day. You could trade just based off the daily and just wait for daily movements to occur. Rejection candles on the daily can be much stronger than a rejection candle on a 1 hour, because you're obviously going to see a lot of different 1 hour candlesticks throughout the day compared to a concrete movement on a daily. You're going to get a lot of that. So now we're here on a 1 hour chart, right? Now we're going to go on a 1 hour real quick and kind of do the same thing. We have a low here to a high, right? Eventually that comes into a bending point, right? So you have a solidified movement up that starts with this engulfing candle right here, and that comes into a high, right? So if you're looking from point to point, right, structure to structure, or swing low to swing high. Now when you're looking at candlesticks, these lows and highs can be established by a candle, aka this engulfing candle. Now, when does that high really get created? After this rejection candle. So if you flow through the chart and you pick a point to start, you'll kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to show you here, where there's like starts of moves, ends of movements, starts of moves. Up here, there's a swing high. You have a 1 hour, right? You have this nice move up, rejection candle on the 1 hour. Solid move down, 4 hours of time there, which pulls back right into here. Engulfing candle here after a strong move down. Does any of this make sense? I hope so. Is anyone learning anything? So right now you have these 1 hours dropping into a nice area here. You could find a nice little fair value gap in there. You could potentially trade out of that, right? If you get rejection in this area. You see the 1 hour is calming down versus the last candlestick. Did any of that make sense? Did any of that translate from the daily to the 1 hour at all? Did any of that make sense? Type in the chat. If you're looking at this this area, maybe you're trading, you're gonna get a movement out of here. So if I was looking at, like, personally, like stop losses below here, You have to see if the market reacts in this area. Like, you can really gauge your trades with time, like in entering. Like, I know if I was to enter in this area, it would only take a couple hours to really confirm like if price is gonna go up. I wouldn't have to hold it all the way to my stop loss. Like it's in a good area where it should react. So if it doesn't in a couple of hours or given in enough time, it's like, okay, maybe it's not the setup yet. I'll wait for a different entry. But it's in an area where it could react. Like, it's like I could enter in this area, put my stop loss below the low. Doesn't mean I have to hold it to my stop loss. I could try to target above the highs. Doesn't mean I have to hold to my stop loss. It's like I could gauge this in the next couple of hours going into London session and see, does it stick in the first couple of hours of the night? Because most likely, if like there's a setup, like this looks like a good setup, maybe building up on the 1 hour now. It's been dropping a couple hours, coming into this area. Maybe gets a bounce from here. I gotta load up and give me like a minute. I'll take some swings on gold in this area tonight and try to hold it for the daily candle. Kind of what I explained on the daily candle. Because I like the way that daily looks. It rejected yesterday. So maybe today's candle pushes up and gives a green candle. Yeah, like if you look at the daily, there's 19 hours left on the day. So, I mean, potentially today pushes up. 1 hour shows potentially a setup like now forming with this area. You got this down candlestick. So down candlestick, this one right here. See this red candle? Shortly after that red candle, you had strong bullish candle come in. Nice move up. I mean, it's trading back into that. If volume's gonna hold bullish, it should hold that low. If it doesn't, it's gonna go for a big sweep. If it doesn't, it'll go for a big sweep out closer to 3,200. If it doesn't hold that low, maybe even come back to 25 one more time. Like, it's pretty much the green zone. Like what I said at the beginning of the session, maybe you could come down to 25, 30 area at the beginning of the session. I look left, reversal happened left. Similar to what's happening in the price action to the left here. If you look at the price action to the left here, you have something similar going on as well there. So if it's a swing, it's maybe forming on that daily. It lines up possibly with the daily as well. Oversold on the daily. Daily's oversold right now. That doesn't look bad on the daily. What's Bitcoin at? Where are we at? So that's what I'm seeing on gold. Like this 1 hour has some time left on it. Oh, let me get this green stuff away. "46 minutes." A lot. Like, you could wait to watch this 1 hour, see how it closes. Closing bullish in this area would be ideal. Possibly trade out of here. This area. Push up, swing up. I could see it more accumulating in this area. More or less. Going down a bit, chopping around. Potentially working out if it's going to hold that low to the left. This down candle before the move up. That would maybe be the only swing. Like, I could still see, like I said when I got on, potentially even coming down a bit. If not, next setup, I would have to just be waiting for the next zone, depending on what price does here. Like if it were to come to closer to 3,200, still above 3,200, might come down to test 25, 32.25, closer to that. Looks like it could. You'd want it maybe to shift out, start showing some rejection. Like I'd want to see it reject that area. Green candlesticks, right? It's dropping, potentially setting up to reject this area. I could still come down to like 32.25. You want to learn? Nah, focus. The leverage trading stuff, yeah, I know it looks exciting, but you gotta learn it slowly, not be, because you gotta not do it all the time. Like, you gotta time it at the right times when the market's low, where you know you got a good entry price, something you can catch those swings if you're looking for big trades like that can multiply. 10x leverage. If you think about 10x leverage on a 40% move or whatever, 50% move, 500% on the trade, on the position size. So there's a lot we'll talk about on the weekend. We'll talk about that stuff on the weekend. Yeah, like keep an eye on gold tonight. Possibly this area, this green area, this green zone that we're in. 32. I think it'll come down a bit more. I'll wait. That's why what I like to do is real simple. If I see maybe something setting up, depending on the time frame, I really see it setting up, like I see on the hourly, I'll wait. Like I got red candle, red candle, red candle. You can wait for literally what I was just teaching for the last like 20-30 minutes. Rejection candlesticks, even smaller bearish candlesticks, they can be red. You can see rejection candlesticks, just simple. In simple terms, we can call them support candlesticks. Ideally, I don't like them to be too big, because then the market, like if something like this happens, like an engulfing candle, ideally, yeah, I don't like them to be too big, because if it rejects and the market moves like $20, it's like, oh man, I missed a lot of movement. That can kind of suck when waiting for a candlestick to reject an area. Like ideally, like see like something like this that happens, you got to be like working on the smaller time frames to be finding that entry. That confirms like a break of structure a lot, but when you go on the 5-minute in there. But like, yeah, if the market's coming down and a big candle like that happens, then it's like, I'm a little more like, I might have missed the trade, like don't care as much. Ideally, I like to see them smaller size. Yeah, maybe a good area to work on, to keep an eye for swings out on gold. This area, this will be like the first setup I'm going to focus on. I'm going to enter this trade tonight as it works in this zone and see if it can get a move out of it. Could come down some more though. Like, what's oversold here? 30 minutes oversold. 1 hour could come down a bit more from the looks of it. That's what I see this on. Next time we'll live tomorrow morning. We'll be live New York session. I'll drop a chart tonight. I want to keep an eye on this for a bit, but it looks like I said when I got on, it looks like it'll come down to like 25 at least. Possibly reject after that. I'm not in any trades yet on gold, but tonight I'm going to be looking possibly for one, or a New York session tomorrow. Let's see, Powell speaks this week on Thursday, so news this week. to put my forex factory. We have some high impact news this week. So even whatever moves you're anticipating, it could be good to wait even for that news to happen. I know with Thursday we have really high impact news coming out, and then Powell also speaks on Thursday, so that's going to be an interesting day. He speaks like 20 minutes before the market closes, so I wonder what he's going to say. Interesting time to speak. I would watch this area. Like when you're on smaller time frames, it's watching for those accumulations phases. Like looking for signs that buyers step in. Like it's just waiting, not chasing the dips, like these dips, like unless you're really just trying to scalp quick moves, quick reactions, like pip and dip, using the whole numbers. But like it could be watching for price to start to build like a sideways phase, like not just be dropping. Waiting for shifts to happen, waiting for the market to shift up and show you even like something's more in control to start to go sideways. When you see a setup, like if you're looking on 5-minute charts, 1-minute charts for schematics, accumulations, when you're spotting like an area, like you can see this low, we're coming to that low, it could be waiting for just price to establish some sideways movement. Which honestly, if you guys tune into my sessions consistently, we see them a lot when they're there. I made some videos on some stuff recently as well. So it's not even just like looking for the buy the dip. It's waiting till you actually see like good evidence clearing in the market. Like the most recent thing I could really refer to would be like what happened over here. Like even just price action building up like this. You can look at how you have this low, this high, and how there's more of a shift kind of happening. The market's more sideways here versus just dragging down. So just even evidence, like you can find a lot of that on the 1 minute. Like the market could shift up, and then it's like, okay, there might be a sign that buyers have stepped in. Let me see if I can get pullbacks, maybe for an entry, and if it sticks, it might build up on the 5-minute where you see maybe, let's say, a lot of sell pressure come in, and then all of a sudden that switches, right? The market, it's really unique like that, where maybe a lot of sell pressure could come in all of a sudden, and then that just switches up. And it's like there's evidence that shows some accumulation building up. That's like, okay, there's more of that swing, that confirmation coming in from what we're seeing on the 1 hour. It doesn't always have to just be buy. When you're in an area that you're seeing price could work out of, right? You're seeing, okay, I think price could work out of here. You're looking for evidence inside of there, right? That is a lot of that's gonna build up on like a 5-minute and a 1-minute chart, right? In a phase, it typically goes sideways. Even candlesticks can come in. You might see bigger candlesticks come in. If you tune in the New York sessions consistently, we see a lot. I mean, those of you who have been consistently tuning into my streams, especially in Inner Circle, got more of an eye now probably and know exactly what I'm talking about. I haven't been on the chart since last week, so it's not even just buying in an area. Like I said, this will probably come down to like 32.25, maybe 32.30 area. So when you're waiting for a buy, you want to give yourself conviction for things too. You want to let the market give you conviction. I like to say the word evidence. And a lot of times those are phases. So what time is it? 10:30. Maybe this can start to accumulate. Maybe this can start to go sideways. Maybe London can manipulate and then reverse. That's because we're in Tokyo session. So we may have like accumulation building up. This could drag down. But what time? Yeah, 10:30. There's not enough evidence right now for me. Like I see this low, high on the 1 minute. Okay, it could bounce off of this low, shift up. And maybe that's like a first sign of early evidence, like price could be starting to accumulate just on a 1 minute. Now, if that were to happen on a 5 minute, then it would be looking all right. And then it'd be like the 15-minute rejects, 30-minute starts to reject. Maybe you get that hourly rejection coming in. You'd have to, you could keep an eye on this area though. Tonight, like I said, 32.25, 33.30 might come down to. It's like I said that when I got on. First thing I said when I got on. I'm not in any trades with gold yet. I haven't traded yet for the week. Just got home this morning, so. You don't have a rejection candle yet on this, and this is like dropping on a 1 hour. So like there's not a rejection candle yet on the 1 hour. Like neither is there a 30-minute. There was up here. A little fake out, drop down. Neither even if you go to the 15-minute. So still could come down potentially a bit. But I think gold could be setting up maybe for London tonight. I'd have to hold this low. So this low. Keep an eye on price action in this area. If I spot anything that I see significant, because I'll be up watching the charts tonight. Gonna kind of back test a little bit, see what happened in the week. Yeah, let it do its thing. If anything, even like I said when I got on, wait for the 1 hour rejection in this area before you go long. Wait for some more confirmation. Still 10:30. Yeah, gold's been more bearishly lately, and maybe the tide's turning. We'll see the monthly. This is like bearish month so far for gold. After, you know, rally, bearish, rally. October, November, December went down. What went up? Crypto. Now this is going down. So it's like something even to be cautious about when we look at like the monthly structure with the candles. This red candle. All the China, USA news. The tariff stuff. That's easing off some tension for uncertainty, because it was like, whoa, crazy tariffs, China and US, and now it's like they're still in effect, but tariffs are still on. But like there's a lot of news in the last week I gotta catch up with. Because there can be mixed sentiments with gold. There's been a lot of uncertainty. That's why it is at the prices it hit, right? On the bull run that it went. A lot of uncertainty, but there's been a lot of talks in last week. What we saw with China and US negotiating some ceasefire negotiations by certain times for countries that are attacking each other. So if we start to see if we start to see the world shift to more peace, working together, countries negotiating, not if we start to see like countries shifting in that side of a sentiment where they start talking together, which is kind of what we're seeing a little bit of that right now, right, in the last weeks or so, where it's not all just battling like crazy headlines. There's negotiations, talking, working together. We could say the word peace if we want, right? That could shift the market sentiment, right? If we got like in the last couple of weeks, there's a lot that went on, especially coming up into May. A lot of conflicts. So we'll see. We got an interesting week too with Powell speaking. That's one thing we gotta kind of lean towards now is like the market sentiment with gold, because it's been on a crazy bull run and we see a lot of negotiations, a lot of talks. I even just on vacation, like I was just on vacation. I just got back and I even saw it without even like paying attention much. I was getting lit all weekend. Enjoying my time. I mean, man, the trade, the whiff and Solana trade. So that's also one thing I was thinking too, but I'm gonna look at this day. I'm gonna try to see how this holds. We'll see. I'll drop a chart or two charts, maybe even a little video in Inner Circle later tonight. I'll drop some stuff. I gotta load up my trading account. I'll drop some charts tonight. Wait on gold. Maybe I'll drop the signal. I'll drop the bat signal if anything tonight. Or tomorrow morning we'll be live for New York. Big news happening Thursday. Yeah, 32.25, 30. Like I said when I got on, looks like it's on the way. Looks like we come down there. It's Tokyo session coming down, making a low. You wanna like, if it's good price making lower lows, eventually that could shift out, and then you want to watch how price develops after that. It's good to see the buy. It's good to see price build up on 5 minute and 1 minute with gold when you're looking for buys. Like look at this candle that just stuck in. Big 1 minute candle. We're seeing it slowly go down more, down more. It could potentially pop up, but we could drag down a bit, accumulate more. 5 minute, boom. What's the 30 minute doing? One hour's chilling, just kind of waking down. See that red candle? It's coming into that low. So ideally what I would want to see, and I'm going to take a trade on this tonight, is this low hold. And if we can get a move out of that. Depends on if you've been trading. I haven't been trading a bit, so gotta get back into the groove. I like the daily though. Freaking making money on a meme coin. A dog with a hat. Not with a hat, with a hat. Like, oh, what a time to be alive. Holy, take advantage of it. Like, what a time to literally, like, what a time to be alive. Take advantage of the next couple of years. You see like how things are adopting, right? What it's like, literally, what it like, damn, like information, knowledge. Take advantage of it, right? I tell people, like, people always ask me, what do you do? And then like I was just for instance getting my hair cut. And I was telling the barber, like, just study Bitcoin, just study. Like it's time in the market too. It's not just like, yo, I have $1,000. What can I make money with? Or I have $2,000. This, I have, I have money. Like, it's like, okay, you got money to put in the market. It's good. You want that coin, you want that flip, but still study, because that's where you're gonna learn the most. Like studying, watching videos. Time in the market too. Like, you're gonna learn the most from holding something for a long period of time. You might hold sometimes the wrong things, and that'll teach you the lessons. And then you'll hold the right things, and then the right things you should just stick with, right? Overall. I mean, that's how you're really gonna learn. Like, people always ask me, like, what coin do I buy? What kind of throw money in? And I'm like, okay, this coin, but it's good to have knowledge too, of knowing what you're doing too. And the best knowledge is gonna be like time in the market. What did it come down to? This candle has 25 minutes on it left. 30-minute kind of flipping. 5-minute just took out the low, coming up. A little sign of evidence. Like, it just took out this high. So if it runs up more and pulls back, it's maybe a re-entry based on these testing these lows. It's starting to go a little more sideways on the 1 minute. That's what I see on gold tonight, guys. Maybe moving out of this area, swinging out of this area, this green zone. Well, it's come lower, you know, this area. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. We'll probably wrap it up soon. We're gonna be on in the morning, 9:30. I'll drop this chart in Discord. I'll write it up. GBPUSD looks like a sell. GBPUSD looks like a sell on the 4-hour. That's an interesting chart. That's what you'd want to see gold do. Something like this, if you're looking for bullish. That's what you'd want to see. This type of price action is what you'd want to see gold do. But like this, GU looks like it might, yeah, something like that. Like, accumulation would be, because you'll get manipulation too, right? Gold's doing that maybe even right now. See, there's 25 or 30 just got tapped. See, 23.30 got tapped there. Damn. Yeah, there's some manipulation. See, that's some like price reacting like that is more evidence. See, I said it could come down to 23.30, 23.25 to wait. I said that when I got on. Oh, let's see. See that reaction on the 1 minute? See how that just dumped down, reacted? Remember what I said? Price could just run down. Yeah, there's some manipulation right there. That's evidence right there. This could be a buy now. Now, like, for those of you guys that were looking for buys at the beginning, now it'd be like you have a bit more of a signal going closer to buy right here because of what the price action that just happened right there. It's literally at the low now. I did say when I got on, 32.30, 32.25 could maybe get tapped. That is, let's see the 1 minute. It's still, there's evidence, not yet. That's some, like, if this goes up, wait for pullbacks. It's usually the same type of thing that I wait for when I see stuff like this. You want the market to break a structure. It's If you're looking for a buyout of something, it's wait for that market structure shift, then wait for pullbacks into that zone, continuations. Gold does it a lot on the 1 minutes. That was good manipulation into there, though. I think is how fast it just drive down and quickly flipped. Now would be a time where you'd want to like look for a buy, where you'd be more on that angle with that type of stuff happening. That's more like, whoa, versus just like price dipping. That shows you more of a sign of, okay, some buyers just stepped in because price quickly pushed down and exploded up. So like I said when I got on, I'd keep an eye on that 32.25, 32.30 area. 32.25, 32.30 area. What time is it? So yeah, I'll be on in New York, guys. I'm gonna hop off for the night, for the evening. Keep an eye on 32.25, 32.30 area. I'll drop a chart in Discord for you guys after I get off. Keep an eye on that price in that area. You could probably get some scalps. You could probably get some quick scalps if you're looking for those bounces, like, because it's fluctuating a lot. But that's like the time you'd want, like with that type of price, seeing price quickly push down like that. It's like a sign of manipulation right there, potentially. Cool beans. Keep an eye on it. Could flip bullish after that. It might start to accumulate. Reject on the 1 hour. Keep an eye on it. I'm gonna wrap it up though for the evening. Hopefully Dog with Hat hits $5 this year. You know what I'm saying? It's already been there a couple times, so. But yeah, yo, I'll be on New York session. All right. Like between 9:30, 9:30 latest. If I start maybe like a bit early, but 9:30 latest, 9:30 New York. I'll be on. I'm gonna wrap it up in a few minutes here. I mean, that's pretty far, yeah. That gives you a good breathing room. Some stop losses probably got hit there. When moves like that happen. This level, like this area here, the low, it's testing this low, so it could try to dig into that. 32.25 still that low. I would keep an eye on that. 32.30, 32.30, 32.25. 32.25 area. It's better to be patient, let price even dip more and do things like that. Things like that are signs of like manipulation. Stop losses getting raided. Liquidation. You'll see fast things like that with gold all the time. That can be like starts of accumulation phases as well. Like it could be like sometimes a fat 5-minute candle comes in and it's like, whoa, what is that 5 minute? Like a fat 5 minute will just like come in super bearish, super bullish. Like you see that this 1 minute just dumped. So if after this, if it starts to go sideways more, that's ideally like when accumulation phases happen or manipulation happens. You want price to go sideways. You want it to kind of go more sideways. Because when it's there, a lot of times you'll know it's there. If you've ever been on New York session with me, there's been a good amount of times where we've known it's there. Yeah, this area looks good. Yeah, I'll basically be on in like 11 hours. And then tomorrow night as well. So twice a day, I'll be on. I'm on YouTube right now, but we're going to be streaming mainly Inner Circle for the rest of May. So I'll pop on YouTube a couple times. I'll probably, like I said, I'm back home now. So there's going to be other times I just pop up on. But yeah, we're back on schedule, back in motion. Got to keep an eye on gold. I swear, if I have like a week off of gold, it's like, whoa, where did it go? Next time I travel, I'm lock in the charts for a little bit. I was locked in on crypto though. Didn't even need to look at gold. Honestly, like, bro, I look at gold like every day. So it's like, well, you know, I ain't gonna. I'm good. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Maybe we get some bullish price action out of here. Still doesn't show. You know, that big dump down tells you like something though. Potentially, probably get some scalps out of here. But yeah, tomorrow. Peace. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be live all week and on the weekend. We're gonna go over some good stuff on the weekend. I got a lot of more content. Gonna be making content for the next 30 days, basically. So a lot of stuff coming very soon and loading. I got a lot more YouTube videos dropping. A lot loaded in the vault. A lot of videos for Inner Circle loaded in the vault. Like, I'll show you some of the YouTube ones that are loading here. Probably for June. If you haven't seen all my YouTube videos, check them out. But yeah, that's not them. They're right here. I dropped some new ones. There's some new YouTube videos that got dropped. Like, you guys should check it out. The Biggest Lie in Trading. I don't know if you guys all saw that one. Pretty good video. But got some new videos that we just dropped. This one's pretty fire. How to scalp gold. This one just went public. Check this one out. This is a good one. Posted 5 days ago. There's new videos loading on YouTube. Like, I got a whole vault created. These are some that are coming. Like, see. Some of these are for Inner Circle, some for YouTube, but there's a lot more. Like, the next 30 days is gonna be this is gonna be filled up soon. A lot's been getting edited over the last couple months. Some of these are for YouTube, some for Inner Circle. So there's a lot coming here. Wait, where does it start? This is public. Yeah, BlackRock effect. That's public. That's public. That's public. Some of these are unlisted. Yeah, right here. This is public. So we just dropped 2 public ones here. But we got some coming. They're gonna be good. I just dropped a pretty fire one. You guys check it out. Yeah, keep it on gold. See, just maybe work in that area. I'll be back in the morning. So for the next 30 days. Well, from May 17th to June 17th, going to be locked in my condo 30 days straight. Got some ideas, got some things coming. I'm going to be creating a lot of videos, a lot of content, a lot for Inner Circle, and then a good amount for YouTube. Already got some stuff coming for YouTube already, so I just dropped a couple of videos there this past week. Check them out if you haven't. But yeah, basically from May 17th to June 17th, hella content gonna be created. Got a lot of ideas. It's gonna be dope. If you haven't watched, yeah, I'm gonna be uploading a lot to the Inner Circle, like all the sections, and making some new sections. There's gonna be whole new videos and more just like the ones there that are already made coming. So stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned, all right? Stay tuned. A lot's coming. No, I don't edit the videos, but I get help. I get help with that. I don't have time for that. No. You see how much time I'm on the charts? No. I wish I could do that, but that's a skill that takes requires a lot of time too. I wish I could do that. Nah, that'd be cool. I always liked visual stuff, graphics, like photography. Literally, like I remember when I bought my first camera. Gold's going up. A little smidge. Reacted off that 32.30. Could be closing bullish maybe soon. Looks like the 1 hour. I'll stay on for 8 minutes. See how this 1 hour closes. 1 hour might close bullish from the looks of it. Yeah, for Ethereum, people were saying, someone asked me if Ethereum was going to go to 0. And I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? I was like, oh man. I called my boy. I was like, bro, we got to buy Ethereum, bro. Someone asked me if it was going to go to 0 when it was at like $1,700. And I was like, called my boy. I'm like, dog, let's load up. It's time. I'm like, oh man. I told everyone max long ETH. Thank me later. That was the signs. Sometimes signs like that you get. Market sentiment. Read the room. Yeah, the 1 hour. Yeah, like, look at these scribbles. Looks like the 1 hour might close bullish. Might try to flip up. Do the flippening. But yeah, yo, plug in tomorrow. Check out the new YouTube videos. We got a lot more coming for the rest of May. And then yeah, and by June, there'll be a lot in the next 30 days, May 17th to June 17th. Ooh, that hurts. A sunburn. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say right now because my chart's not flipping loading for some reason. You could like, let's see. Man, why is this being slow? This whole time? No wonder sometimes. Damn. No wonder. I have my VPN. No wonder this would be laggy from. I didn't even notice. Damn. If you catch scalps, like you could always take some partials and prepare to re-enter and use that as risk. Like if you enter a trade and it quickly goes into profit, it's not a bad idea to take profits quick, and then just try to look for a re-entry, swinging into that, using that risk, especially with gold. So like, let's say you enter a trade on gold, boom, it reacts, it quickly goes into profit for you. And you're aiming for a swing. Like you have the market set up to go for a swing trade for you. All right, like you're aiming for more of a swing trade. Well, you enter the trade and in 10 minutes, you're in profit. It's not a bad idea to take profits or take some of the profits and still consider, okay, there's still a swing at hand. Like, let's see if I can get the same entry or close to my entry. Because like you've quickly taken that profit without much time on the chart, much time in the trade. You've taken profit, you've made money. That should take away some emotions as well for the risk. Now you have more risk kind of in a way to put onto the, or you've built up a little risk to take that next to take the same trade basically, right? Like, because gold's really volatile. You can enter it and it can quickly move $5 and then it can pull back $4 and it's like, ah, damn, I should have took that profit real quick. I could have re-entered. So like that's one thing to also look at in your trades too, because gold, it reacts really quickly and there can be really quick pullbacks. Right, so I'm really used to doing that because I would look at this as a swing that maybe you could even scalp into if you get lower entries and they quickly react if the market holds bullish. I've talked about that in live scenarios, so like it's good to, you know, I've talked about it in live scenarios where we've taken trades, right, where there's been situations where we've done that, or where we even haven't done that, where we could have, where it's like, okay, where we've learned lessons from that. Just doing something. Well, 1 hour looks like it might close like a consolidation type of candle. Up and down. Wicks on both sides. That's the thing about gold, like, so like, that's, if you're looking for swings on it, you don't just always have to hold, like, look at your trades you take, evaluate them, especially when you're looking for swings. Look at the amount of times they go into profit, and if they still turn into swings. There's a lot of swings that you may go in profit, out of profit, back to your entry. With the way it moves, it has a lot of that price fluctuation in couples of dollars. I think the more you take trades on it, you'll see that. That's something I've always said. There's times scalping into swings can be efficient with gold and its movements. Yeah, it looks like the 1 hour probably gonna finish bullish. I sold gold. I sold XAUUSD, got profits, and went back to break even. Yeah, like it can happen when you're looking for a bigger move. Like, there's a lot of price fluctuation. So if you're constantly looking at your trade, it'll get emotional too when you watch something go in profit and then out of profit. Like if you're taking a trade on gold and it moves $8 and then it pulls back $5, it's like, whoa. And you're constantly watching that. That can make things more emotional for you as well. So it's good if you take a trade and it quickly goes into profit, you grab that. It kind of takes away some of that emotion and it gives you some risk real quick. Like you just built up a quick risk that, okay, if the same trade's still available, if I'm looking for a bigger move, the market could probably still present it to me. Like if you're looking for a bigger move on something, like out of an area, there's probably going to be times, it's not just going to always shoot up in one straight line, right? So there's probably times in that movement where you go in profit or comes back to your entry, something like that, right? So it's a good way, like I always looked at it as a good way to, like if I take a trade and I'm looking for a swing and I enter the trade and it quickly goes into profit, I can take that profit now. Okay, I made profit, but now what I was originally risking is like, okay, because if regardless I'm looking for a swing and I just caught a quick move that made me a little bit of profit or some profit, there's maybe some risk that I can now use for that swing. Regardless, still made profit. If the day might end how it started, I could use that profit now as the risk for the trade. Something like that. It adds on. It's always, you'll see it with trading gold. It's something you'll experience with the way it moves, right? If you're looking for buys, sells, like it just pulled back a couple dollars, coming back to the low. It might come down to 25, like I said, 32.30, 32.25. The 1 hour didn't close bullish yet. Notice that? It's still red. The 1 hour, yeah, the 1 hour didn't close bullish. So it's still going bearish right now. And I made a video on this not that long ago. In the inner circle today. Talking about rejection candlesticks. So if you have a bunch of red candles coming down, like every trader has different confirmations too, but a simple concept is rejection candlesticks, what I was talking about at the beginning of this. Like if you're viewing a setup from a 1 hour and you have maybe something coming down like this, that's what I went over at the beginning of the session. It could be good to just wait for that rejection candle as well to help you confirm like better timing for that swing out. Looks like it might come down to 25. Like I said when I got on the beginning, the first thing I said when I got on 25, 30 area. If you're gonna get a swing, maybe out of there. Just pulled back to 31. It shifted up a bit here, and now it's pulled back literally to that low that it just reacted off of. I'll take one entry on gold, but I got some money in my account. Good timing. I'll take one entry, but I'll be prepared for it to go to 25. And I think it could come down to 25 and do the similar reaction that it just like did. Like you saw how it reacted here. Went up really quickly, pulled back. Probably could do the same thing if it goes down to 25. But I want to see if the 1 hour reacts in the next couple hours in this area. I want to see if we get a reaction out of this area. Big prayer. It could come down to 32.25 and have that same move back up, same move up that it just did at like 30 that you just saw really quickly happen. Had a quick move off of 30. Now came down. Same thing could happen when we go near 32.25. But yeah, like I said, I'll be on in the morning. I know I said I was going to wrap it up a bit. Just want to see how the 1 hour close. 1 hour still hasn't closed bullish. You could even wait for that on the 1 hour. We could wait for a 1 hour bullish rejection in this area. And that could be a better start for the move. But yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. We'll be on twice tomorrow. See everybody next session. Peace, peace, peace.